Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Bennie Childs, founder of the Teach Me to Fish FX trading community. I also go by the Forex Pastor. I am coming to you guys with another inspirational video. When it comes to the Forex market, right now you guys should be able to see my chart on your screen. I like to go live from time to time, preferably all the time. Don't like editing videos, but I like to go live so you guys are able to see real life live trading, what it looks like, what it entails, the profit, the drawdown, the losses. Um, so I'll just talk about a couple of trades that I'm currently in right now. As you guys know, I preferably like trading the 4-hour chart, simply because me personally, I think that it gives a happy median between scalping and swinging. The method that I trade is one that I coined as the workflow trading method. And I've done most of my recording back on my personal page. At the time, I didn't want to separate everything, but since then I've decided to do so. So I'm having to build up the videos on this channel. All right, so I'm a real person who uses Forex as a stream of income. I believe in having multiple streams of income. And Forex is one of those for me. And I'm looking to encourage others as well as teach others how to trade Forex and be profitable at trading Forex. So here's my chart. Here's what I have going on. Okay, and again, we'll just kind of talk, and hopefully I'm able to share some things with you. Right now, looks like my profit has dropped down to about 600. It's going back up. It's going back up to 7. The pair that I have the most profit in, and that is simply because of the lot size. Right now it's my Euro odd pair. I'm trading that off of the 4-hour chart. If we drop down to the 15-hour, we do see where it's making its way down. Let's see, what is it doing? Yeah, it just came to a possible exhaustion point. Looks like down on the 1-hour, there's a 1-hour supply area. I don't think that's a distribution area. Yeah, it's pretty much close to a distribution area. Let's see. It's definitely supply. Not so much it's more so of a really strong supply area. Is that the right one that I'm looking at? I think so. Yeah, really not so much of a accumulation area, but more so a supply area. This was like an accumulation area right here. Back here, let's see. What is this day? This day was October 5, 2008. Obama was in office then. Oh, was he? So yeah, this is Euro odd is more so coming off of a supply area. Um, and so what I typically like to do on the 4 hour is trade exhaustion point to exhaustion point. Um, and again, my method of trading has been built off of the market makers method. In my trading community, I call it the market beater trading strategy. But yeah, so we typically like to trade from exhaustion points to exhaustion points. Right now on the 4 hour chart for Euro odd, it is currently on an uptrend. However, yeah, it's currently on an uptrend. The overall right now seems to be it's trying to make a turn. Let's see, back here, what day was this? July 8th, 2012. I was not trading then. I wish I was. But that looks like so far that has been over 4,600 pips. Max 51. I'm not telling you guys this right. Yeah, over 5,100 pips on that. So it's definitely turning around, going up. But if we're able to kind of just withstand the manipulation that takes place, they are definitely working the market to go up. Coming off of this accumulation area here, so it came down and it has never come back to this point. So that was a pretty strong accumulation area. So the market is kind of bouncing in between this distribution area, this accumulation area on Euro odd. So I think when I came back to sit down at my computer, we were at like $1,100 in profit on that, but say the market is doing its thing, you know. Not really structure wise. Let's see, that's down on the 15-minute. Yeah, really not giving us a reason structure wise, but with cycle manipulation, we can kind of expect this. But hopefully this won't come down too far, because I'm not set at break even, just a little bit above break even, looking at about a $40 profit. So I'm just kind of letting this run to the next exhaustion point, which if we're going based off of the TDI, the RSI is at the 64%. 64% mark, so possibly a little ways to go. See, we just kind of really just had this retrace back here. Let's take a look at it. Let's pull out our Fibonacci real quick. Let's see. Yeah, we can see where it came up, retraced back to the 50% area, I was just kind of trying to get through the 23.6 percentile. So, um, yeah. So that's the Euro is the pair that I have the most profit in, and that's because of the lot size. I'm at an $18 lot size on that. But I think the greatest amount of pips is going to be here. My GBP odd, I'm at 98. I was at 120 when I sat down, but we're at 98. And we're going to get into the ones where I have drawdown, but 98 here. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, this has, let's see, this has traced down to the 61. It traced down to the 61.8% Fibonacci level, and right now it's just kind of wicking out at the 38.2. So the 50% is above. It is above my stop loss. Which that's $1.34 in profit. So that's just my stop loss that I have. I typically don't trade stop losses, but what I do is I try to go for whenever I trade like the 4-hour chart. What I'm doing is my take profit or my trailing stop, if you will, is set to like 100 pips, but typically like 1 ADR, and so that's the average daily range. So this one hit the average daily range with the trailing stop, and I was moved to above break even, but I was too close, not really giving any room for the manipulation. So I just moved it just above break even for that. So typically, again, I'm shooting for like 1 ADR. So this particular pair, and I do my ADRs based off of 365 days. And I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm trying my best to make sense. So the pairs that I typically like to look at are 100 plus pip ADR pairs. So basically, all of your pound pairs, euro odd, and euro NCD. I just have euro CAD in here. It's at about 85, but euro CAD, I think I like what I was looking at with euro CAD, so that's why I grabbed it. Where was I? We were talking about GBP odd. So that's typically what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for a minimum of 1 ADR, but typically once my trade goes in profit 100 pips, I try to move my stop loss to just above break even. That way I'm not losing anything. And just really just trying to capture the not the entire move, because typically once I get to an exhaustion point, now I'm waiting for the market to tell me that it's getting ready to turn back around. and I wait for that confirmation. Then I get out. But by then, the full ADR isn't reached, but we still do pretty well. We still do pretty well doing that. And so, for instance, if I close everything out, we're looking at like a $800+ profit. Which I know it's guys that are doing doing that in their sleep, but um, I'm not there yet. So, but we do okay um, with our trading method. So, um, let's talk about some of these pairs that have not moved in profit yet. Again, here, and this happens here. Let me try to blow this up a little bit for you guys. Um, we had an exhaustion point here coming off of a supply. That's really what I like to see and look at. Um, Coming off of this supply here, and so I got in on my confirmation about. I got in. What is this price point? We're looking at one spot 26360. I got in there. Um, and the market has just kind of been going against me. We do have a signal arrow here, a buy signal arrow. So it's looking promising. This particular trade is only like 8.5 pips in deficit. Um, if we come down to the 1 hour, we can see where it's trying to um, push its way up, but there's going to be a little bit more of a drawdown before that takes place. Even if we come down to the 15-minute intraday, we can already see where there is an exhaustion point here. We do have some bearish divergence here, so here, and then a little bit of bullish divergence here. So the market is just kind of just doing one of those things, and you have to be able to, number one, make sure that we're practicing proper risk management. Again, this is me personally. I know it's a slow grow type thing, but 1% is pretty aggressive. So if you have $100, you'll be trading at $1, and so which is not bad. If you're trading on a 100+ pip ADR pair, you're looking at possible $100 like within about 1 or 2 days. So you're looking at doubling your account, and so that's why I call that a little bit aggressive. However, I think like a good point to trade is like half of 1%. So if you have a $100 account, instead of trading $1, you would trade at 50 cents. So and just depending on market structure, cycle, manipulation, if you're coming off of an accumulation zone or distribution zone, you probably more than likely will double your account within in the week. But all things considering, the conditions have to be good. When we got in, all that kind of thing. So. Make sure you're practicing proper risk management. So we're gonna, it's Friday, NFP week. So, on an intraday level, expect to see, consolidation like for the day. Look at this, so for the past 3 days, this has just been consolidating. We have had some exhaustion points. Like say, this was a pretty long run. 113 pips between between Wednesday and Friday. So that that wouldn't have been too bad. Let's see on the 1 hour. And that's overall, guys. Like I preach to the community, or try to get my community to understand. Um, we can't always be looking. Well, not always. Just don't expect to catch the whole entire move. Like, there are guys and ladies out there who are able to catch the entire move, but we don't need to catch the entire move to be profitable and to grow our accounts. And so even if you drill down to the 15-minute and the 1 hour, you wait on our confirmations. You get in. Um, like, say for instance, again, potentially this is a 116 pip move. Um, let's say you would have got in here, been in drawdown for like 38 pips, and grab 31 pips. So that's 30 more dollars on a $100 account. In a day and a half, you just grew your account 30%, right? And most banks are saying like a 5% growth, in a year. So, yeah, there are pips left on the table. What, about 70 pips, or a little over 70 pips, but you still just grew your account 30%. So in a day and a half, so that's not bad. So we just kind of got to put things in perspective and not be so greedy. That has killed me in the past. But just learning, just to be patient, wait on our setups, wait on our confirmations of entry, our confirmations of exiting. We're still going to be profitable. So um, that's Swiss. So, and now we're 5 pips in deficit. So looking for that to keep going. Let's see. Let's take a look at EuroCAD. EuroCAD, we're about 34 pips in deficit, and it looks like based on the 4 hour, this one is pulling down on us. Let's take a look down into the intraday. It's working on going up, but more than likely it's going to come back and test this demand area here. Currently have my stop loss set at 68 pips, so that's about $258 off of a $5 lot size. So it's this one right here. So we're $123 in deficit. So 125, 126. So more than likely, again, it'll probably come back to test this before going up, and preferably. Let's see if we take a look on the weekly chart. Yeah, the weekly chart. It is definitely on an uptrend right now. It's made its turn. Up. And now it's kind of flatlining here. So you kind of, as far as the high, let's see, put this out. Maybe it's a little, change this color. What can you guys see? Let's go out white. Alright, so you guys see that white line? That's the top of it. And let's grab trend line. I'm gonna make this trend line white as well. Make this thick. So you guys can kind of see like this little wedge pattern. It's been formed, and it's kind of working its way in this wedge. So we're looking good, as long as I'm not going to take the stop loss off of that. Oops. hopefully, we've given it enough room to work. But see if we come down on the intraday. Yeah, that's what we were looking at. So we'll see there. Let's see, GBP CAD. It's kind of the same thing. What we were looking at Euro CAD. Yeah, so the CAD pairs are just kind of retesting some things before they go up, but GBP CAD would probably be smarter to move the stop loss down here, but we'll just let that sit. Let's take a look at GU. GU should have been affected by the NFP. Let's see, where's 1530? See a couple of spikes here. So yeah, it only went up like so GU probably wasn't affected that bad by NFP. But this one, they're buying. I think I got it early on that one. I wasn't patient enough on that one. Yeah. No, the exhaustion level changed to come back down to retest. So, yeah, I don't even, stop loss. Yeah, it's on the 4 hour. So we'll watch this. So this exhaustion level is changed. If it changes, then I'll just take my loss on GU. But we're not doing too bad. Let's talk about the workflow template. Again, we don't trade just solely off of the templates or the indicators, but we have a working knowledge of market structure, market cycle, and market manipulation, and then we put the indicators on top of that. Excuse me. To make trading easy for us, to kind of relieve the stresses of it. Yeah, this actually just changed right before your eyes. You guys kind of just saw how these indicators, they will change. So we do have to be patient and wait for our setups. But I like this on the 4 hour. So it is changing in favor of the current trade that we're in. On the weekly, according to the indicators as well, but again, we like to use our own working knowledge. And so right now it's still currently in a downtrend based off of the weekly overall, but it is coming off of this accumulation point here. Came down here and it has never been retested again. So this is a true accumulation period here. Weekly is kind of at a bearish. It's coming off of a bearish exhaustion point. So, but on the 4 hour, which is again what I like to trade, it's working on a bullish exhaustion point. Okay, coming off of this demand area here, and in all actuality, it may come down to retest that, and we're currently about only 4 pips, so I will let that kind of play off and see if it's going to actually come here before bouncing up. So again, this is real life trading, guys. you see, I have some trades, a couple of trades in profit, quite a few trades in deficit. But the ones in deficit, they do look promising. Just kind of got to let it play out. We're coming off of, let's see, it's Friday. So we got like the end of the week trap. It's NFP today. So we have that manipulation going on. It's beginning of the month, so we have those manipulations going on as well. So just being patient and just letting the trades develop, and also keeping your eye on high impact news. Again, trading the 4 hour or your higher time frames, you're not affected as much, but it just depends on the results of the high impact news, because I've seen them where even on your daily charts, like the results, they've wicked one particular way and wicked another way, like 100 plus pip wicks. Like I've seen it, but it's very seldom, and you're mostly okay. So that's why I didn't too much worry about like trying to get out. I do have a rule of thumb. Like if you're trading like on the 1 hour and down, you definitely want to make sure an hour before, up to an hour before, and an hour after, stay out of the market. Just get out of the market of any high impact news. So an hour before a high impact news, just go ahead and pull out. And an hour after, if you can find some type of setups or things of that nature, go ahead and jump in. So, yeah, we got some things making some moves here. Which one? GU. Let's take a look at the intraday. Yeah, see, it's kind of popping down here. Going down to retest. Let's take a look for the week. Yeah, it's coming down to test that one. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. So yeah, it's just doing exactly what I just said. It's going to come down and retest this area. It may keep going. So looking at the 4 hour, looking at the daily. Yeah, it may keep going. So I may just go ahead and close out on GU. 70 pips, almost 100% pips in deficit. Yeah, it's still working on an exhaustion point. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that L on GU. I'll take that L on GU and just wait on it to give us our confirmations to get in. And as a matter of fact, let me just take a look at all these. That may end up hitting the stop loss, so I'll just leave that there. And really, guys, I don't like trading with stop losses, but I'm a little bit over leveraged, so I went ahead and popped in my stop losses. So just to try to save as much as I can. And also, guys, if you approach trading Forex as investing, and you just understand that realization that in investing, like you have wins, you have losses, but your goal is to have more wins than losses. So that's typically me. So we started this account with 3,000. Let me see. Doing that, taking that loss, we're at like a $21 profit, I think. And some other videos you guys saw where we were like up 1,100. So, which is not bad because we can take these profits and still get there. But that's just the week for you. You're not gonna always win. I'm sorry, we have individuals out there who they want to portray that Forex, you're always going to win, but you have losses. They have losses, all right? And when you approach it as an investment, when you approach it as an investor, um, you'll take your losses a little bit more easier, again, because you know that you're going to have more wins than your losses. So that's why I'm not too much worried about this, because there's next week, the week after that. If the Lord should bless, the delay is coming. If you don't believe that, then that's fine, but that's just me. If the Lord should bless us to see next week, then we'll have another opportunity at the market. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Actually, I got some fish I need to fillet. I actually got back from fishing. It's one of my pastimes. One of the things that trading Forex affords me to do. But yeah, got some tilapia. Caught some tilapia today. So, speaking of fishing, if you are interested in joining the Teach Me to Fish FX trading community, you can head over to the teachmetofishfx.com. Just take a look at the websites in the four corners there, and sign up. Join us. We're an authentic community. I'm a real person. I'm not a scammer. I'm here to help you guys. If you're a part of the one-on-one mentorship program, you can schedule your one-on-one Zoom sessions, and I will assist you with any issues that you're having. Also, if you're part of even if you're not on the mentorship, then you also get access to the live analysis, trade alerts, the training, all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in joining a profitable trading community, then again, head over to the teachmetofishfx.com and sign up. If you're not, then keep watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like or dislike the videos, comment, and share the videos. So, all right, guys. I hope that this was some type of inspiration. What type of inspiration? Hey, if I can do it, if I can trade Forex, you can trade Forex as well. God is no respecter of person. I'm not all that great. So if I can do it, you can do it as well. And so, guys, until next time, if you stay in God, you will stay in control. And happy pip fishing. Bye-bye.